Thank you for joining us today. We're here on The Money with JohnRhoda, and today we are on the CEO Watch, and our guest for today is AB Atawodi. Thank you, AB, for joining us today.
Thank you, Michael.
All right. So first of all, I'd like to sort of, can you tell us a little more about yourself? What are some of the things you've done? What are you most proud of? And then let's take it from there.
My name's obviously AB Atawodi. I like to call myself a citizen of the world. Okay. In terms of, I studied electrical engineering. I did a master's in computing. For the first couple of years of my career, I was a hardcore techie. You probably remember some of those days. And slowly sort of gravitated more into marketing strategy, brand strategy, and have always been passionate about technology. And obviously today I'm with Uber and very proud of where we are and how far we've come.
And then when you think about Uber, obviously Uber is a global brand, and a lot of international brands are looking to come to Nigeria. What would you say some of the key learnings that you've sort of had to kind of put on to kind of make Uber successful in Nigeria? I
think first thing is, in as much as we are an international brand and we are sort of founded in San Francisco and gone into all of these cities, we are very local as well. So in every city you go into, we hire a local team who understand the city, and we think of our markets as cities, not necessarily countries. So in Lagos, Johannesburg, Cape Town, because each city, in as much as you have similarities in food and or rather differences in food and architecture and culture. Even going from one city to the next. So your New York is very different to your San Francisco.
Very.
The one thing that doesn't change is people want to move around.
Yes.
But to be able to achieve that, you must understand the very fabric of the city. So one of the things that I think that we've done very well in every city we've gone to is this accepting the city for what it is and taking a global concept and localizing it to that city in a way that works for the city.
Okay. So can you give me a couple of examples?
There are many. Nigerians are innately entrepreneurial, but not everyone can access a 2008 vehicle easily, either via financing or buying it.
Finance is very difficult in this country.
But exactly. So we had to work with the banks. We have a partnership with Kia and a partnership with Access Bank to almost rethink how they approach financing.
Okay.
We also had to work with entrepreneurs. So we started going to young entrepreneurs, 9-to-5ers, saying, you've got your car parked outside all day.
Put it to work.
Put it to work. Create a job. You hire someone. You give that person a job. You're also making money. The car is fully licensed.
How many jobs have you guys created?
So we've created, as at August, we created 600.
Wow.
From when we started in 2014, July.
So you guys are now just over a year.
Just over, well, 17 months actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We are hoping that number, or the plan really is that number is 3,000 by the end of next year.
Nice.
So you almost create two financial opportunities in Nigeria. You've got the vehicle owner and the driver, and actually after a while the driver can become a vehicle owner as well, because they now have financial stability. They can now start exploring other options for how to get a car on the road, or sometimes the partner actually allows the driver to sort of work towards owning the car. So you're creating a whole new ecosystem of transport providers.
What's the future of Uber look like in Nigeria?
I think in terms of service, the fundamental thing rests with the driver being able to get to you as quickly as possible, get you where you need to go in a sort of seamless driving experience, and make sure that you're comfortable for that experience, right? I think the most important thing above everything else is that it's a safe ride. So safety is critical to the business, and it's something that wherever you go in different cities that we're in, depending on what that interpretation is. So in Nigeria, we don't just get a police report, we do a psychometric evaluation, we do guarantors, we do your previous employer, and we do your address verification.
That's a very thorough evaluation.
And I think the future is being able to when you get enough cars on the road, so that enough people are able to say, listen, I don't need to buy a car, or I don't need to drive today, right? So decongesting the roads as well. I will just Uber.
Yes.
When you get enough supply on the road, you start to get efficiencies. Those efficiencies mean a driver is no longer spending, when we started a year ago, average 15 minutes to pick up someone. Today it's 7 minutes to pick up someone. In the next 6 months, that should be 4 or 3 minutes, right? That's the goal. When you start to reduce those times, you're able to get efficiencies that go into the profitability of that asset and and of that person as well. And then you can start to also think about how you translate that efficiency back to the rider as well. So a cheaper way to get around, right? So you're able to then bring costs down. You couldn't get as much granularity in the data that you're collecting. Now you're able to say you have clear records of everything that's happening on the platform, right? So you're formalizing a somewhat informal sector to an extent. But I think the future is, yes, so one is, getting the supply, the efficiency I speak about, going into more areas in the country, getting more areas in the city as well as more cities, right? Okay. So you want the same reliability all the way to Sangotero, all the way to Ojota, that's the goal. You should be able to get a car 3 minutes everywhere. There was a time when getting a car in Yaba was sporadic. Now it's consistent. So you're able to sort of grow that supply to the point where it becomes very efficient. So people actually start to say, you know what, I don't need to drive. We don't need yet another car on the road. But and once you get to that liquidity, you then have the next layer, which is what we're doing now, Uber Pool. We just launched it in London. It's been in New York, San Francisco, launched in Chengdu as well.
It in Los Angeles.
Right, and that's where basically Michael's going somewhere, I'm going somewhere. Technology allows us to know where we're both going. You might be going to the Civic Center and I'm going 10 minutes up the road. And the same driver can pick both of us up. Same petrol, same vehicle on the road, so decongesting, we're sharing the cost, reducing emissions. Right, and that's the future. So you have liquidity. With liquidity comes job creation, financial opportunities, and then with that, you then go to the next layer, which is now carpooling. Right, you're getting more people to use one asset instead of having an empty car with one person. So that really is the future of how we see cities.
Okay, so we spoke with Abi Atawodi today, speaking about Uber and her personal, in terms of her personal journey, her career, and the future of Uber. Thank you very much, and we appreciate you taking the time out to speak with us.
Thank you very much, Michael. Thanks.